Hi, friends. It's June 5th here. We're going to do a little team training today. We're going to go through some housekeeping, talk about what's happening right now for June, and then we're going to kind of get into the mindset of how to reignite or to ignite your business in a way that is not salesy, and in a way that's going to draw people to you. All right. So let's just kick off with some really fun and exciting things that are going on, which is the fact that we witnessed Modere closing their doors. Modere is another company that's been around actually quite a long time because they rebranded themselves Modere. Uh, but they closed their doors, less than a month ago or a month ago. And Roger Barnett decided to take full advantage of that. So he got in touch with who he needed to as soon as possible. And we were able to acquire every last bit of their stock. Like everything that they had, we went and we scooped it right up. So if you look at your back office or if you even just log in, right at the top of right at the top of shop, you'll be able to see there's now a tab specifically for Modere. And it's right in between Green Home and Ambassador Tools. I thought we were only going to have a handful of products, but it turns out we have like 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We have 20 products. So hey, Megan, I'm gonna have you unmute. I know you're driving, but will you chat with us about what you have tried and what you've used? Because I just recently, today is my day one, yesterday actually, I purchased Sculpt because
hmm
I buy pure aminos, like I buy BCAs from another source. And so it was really cool that now I can just have pure BCAs and glutamine before and during and after my workouts. So I bought that. And I will tell you, I also bought Curb.
Okay. Those two are new. When I was there, it was mostly they were doing the liquid collagen, the trim. I think they were coming out with those right as I was leaving. I've heard good things about them. And based on the liquid collagen, what my clients always did is if anyone was on some sort of medication, I always said to grab the pure just because it doesn't have grapefruit, which a lot of heart or elderly things, it doesn't have that. The flavor of pure, unless they've changed it, is to be honest. I loved the Immune for winter because it was really good. Tastes like elderberry. It's yummy. And then I used it's the berry one, the basic one
Okay.
every day. I liked it a lot. It was easy to take. It's just a shot glass of it. So people that didn't want to do the coffee or the powder, a lot of them switched to my customers there because they liked the liquid version of it.
Got it. Yeah, I see that right here. Immune, the BioCell, the liquid BioCell.
Yeah,
And
look
it's
at myself.
it's really hard for us who've been at Chapley for a really long time because we know the difference and we
Hmm.
truly know, and I could say without a shadow of a doubt that our products are superior
Oh
uh,
yeah,
to anybody's out there. We have the greatest, supplements on the planet, and I really feel confident in saying that. But it is so nice to have things that we don't have. Roseanne says I heard the trim was good. Um, so
the trim is the liquid trim, correct?
yeah,
They still have that. It tastes like chocolate pudding. It's like
yeah,
literally took a
sure.
spoon. I had clients that loved it and purchased every month the liquid collagen and a trim bottle because they used to have it as a bundle, and I
Okay.
think it was almost like $200 a
Yeah,
month.
it
It's still the
is.
same
So
price.
So yeah, so this trim and smooth, it says improve body composition and visibly reduce the appearance of cellulite, is $104. So
Hmm.
it's definitely okay, so it has CLA in it. So linoleic acid is something that I use actually for PMS. But it is very interesting. It is very interesting to see all this on our site right now. It is
Yeah.
for a short time, but I will tell you, you might as well take advantage of it and have those conversations, especially with the people that you already knew were ordering it because they can't order it anywhere else. Like if you go to eBay, it's literally like sold out. So I got a new customer just from Modere, but what's so cool about that is that now she's introduced into the Shackley world. So go back to your people that you were at Modere with and strike up those conversations for sure.
Yeah, I already did that with about seven of them. They had bought because they knew they were closing. So they bought a good supply, but now they know that can come to me. And I got to look at what's available because my mom loved, I don't know if I haven't looked at the page, but the powders, like the reds and the golds and things like that. I don't know if they still have that or not, but
Now, I think that we only have the liquid because our collagen's powdered, so I don't think we took anything that was gonna compete with that.
oh,
Um,
it's like the greens powder, but they have a reds and a golds. I don't know if they still
oh,
have that or not.
nope, nope.
Okay.
So just liquid biocell collagen, trim and smooth, and then the burn, curb, and sculpt. But we do have the pet. We do have the pet stuff, which is so crazy. And the yeah, we have and the horse.
I think that's where a lot of that came from. If I have to go back and look at my Moderne notes, I still have them in a file somewhere, but we used to get it for our pup.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Collagen for large and small pets. What a trip. I'm dying. It's $50. I'm dying. All right. Moving on to our next thing that we get to offer for June is our free sign up. So I added, I guess I should say, to our join image. I'll post this in the team page, but I'll share it with you. Um, I'll share it with you right now because it does say that it's free. So let's not share this on social media so that we can keep it a little quiet. But here is that those ambassador perks. So I just slapped on a free, right? So limited time, it is free to join, meaning if they have $150 in their cart, it'll automatically say, would you like to upgrade for, like, it'll include the business kit at no charge. So I listed off these perks to send to new and current clients who are you were working with, creating like a cart for, or you're doing an order for. Don't not share this, right? You always want to like give any and every bit of news that you can that's of value to them. So before you're checking out your current clients and your brand new clients, add in this and be like, oh, by the way, here's another opportunity for us to take full advantage of. What do you think about adding this in if it didn't interfere with your other summer projects? And then they can read that, right? You don't even have to, it's okay to send that just as is, just for them to view it. Here comes Lisa. So you have exclusive join bundles, which are always changing and always innovating that you can share with them. They don't have to order any of those. They can just build whatever they want, 150, and it'll come right off at checkout. They get their personal website for free, right? You get that storefront for the first 3 months for free. Hello.
Hi.
I said it just like you. Hello.
Hello. I'm putting earpods in.
No problem. Um, I'm going to post this in the team page, but this is just kind of a lineup of some of the reasons to join us to share with the people who are checking out or who are brand new. Let everybody know this. Any like current clients on loyalty, like let them know this is such a great way to open up that segue. Like if this didn't interfere with any of your summer projects, what if we add that ambassador kit? Because right now, for a really short period of time, it's free. And then there's all the reasons why. Um, okay. So we just went over Modere, the handful of products that we have access to. The volume is pretty significant. because obviously their prices are pretty high, in my opinion. I mean, I think I had like a $200 cart, and I think I got like three things. Um, and it is fun. It is fun to talk about the pet stuff. I've never been able to talk about, collagen for your tiny dog or your horse. Like, I have a lot of horse people to chat with. All right, let's what else was I going to share as far as housekeeping? We all know that if you spend $175 this month, you get the $5 add-on for the SPF, the youth SPF. That's what my kids wear on their face. All summer long. It's great. It's not my favorite promotion, but it is there. So it's still a reason to reach out. And that's all I can ask for. Like all I need to reach out to more people is new information. So as long as Shackley continues to give me new information, I will always have a running lead list. um, okay, so today I wanted to kind of just walk through how to reignite your business for summer. I know things get really crazy and chaotic, and we also want to have a really good summer, so we have to be very efficient with our time. We kind of have to be a little strategic and calculative in order to move our business forward, help as many people as we possibly can, but also still, show up for the little people who are out of school and whatnot and all the trips. So you can do just that, and I highly suggest that you do, as long as you give yourself some time to share. Because if you're brand new to this business or you've been in this business for a long time, sometimes we get really caught up in continuing to only share and invite to things that are only centered around fitness or wellness, because that's like what we know and love. And then we just kind of get put on repeat, and everyone knows exactly what to expect from us. And their eyes don't ever change. So, in order to have them stop in their tracks, it's important for us to remember those five things that we are about. And that's summer's a great opportunity to do that. Summer is the time that you get to kind of rebrand yourself a bit because the seasons change and so does your routine. So take a minute to, jot down, what five things you're about, and make sure none, right? Zero, none of those five things have anything to do with wellness or fitness. And that's what makes it a little tricky, but also what makes you the trusted, relatable friend from afar. That's like the goal. The goal is to be like the friend next door who just so happens to be, an expert in fitness or an expert in nutrition or has the tools to help you, shift your routine. But if all we're doing is sharing about that, there's no one wants a friend that is just on repeat. So you have to be multifaceted. Sharing, for me, you'll notice I pimp my husband out. Like IPIMP. I will shout that from the rooftops. Because he's very easy to pimp me out because he's not on social media, so he can't see it. And if he saw it, I'm sure he'd be terribly mad at me. But being a military spouse is one important thing to me. Obviously, Miles and Scout are a huge forefront, so they're shared quite often. And these are all stories, right? Like these are all not just like sharing in my stories, but these are landing page posts, meaning I use my personal page for you to get to know me to see if you want to do business with me. So if you scroll my Facebook page, you're going to get to know me like I'm a magazine. You're going to flip through the pages and be like, oh wow, you'll know right out the gates. Like she's married to a man that she talks about all the time. Her babies are super important to her. She's always telling funny stories about them. Storytelling is the way that you get people to feel like they, live next door to you or having coffee and breakfast with you. So I highly suggest sit down. What are your five things that you're about that have nothing to do with your business and nothing to do, with wellness? and focus on telling stories about those five things more often than when you're inviting or sharing about your business. It gives you credibility, it gives you relatability. People slide into your DMs and they tend to overshare so much that you can overcome any single objection because they have told you everything, because they feel like they know you. So allow people to get to know you and your business really, really begins to grow. Um, you go when you think about, showing up on social media, when you write and you tell stories about your life, be like, I'm going to tell this story because in hopes that somebody one day is going to send me a message that says, I feel like I know you. Think about that when you're like writing a story. And it is, right? We share stories all day. That's what we're doing. We don't want to sell a thing. We want to story tell. Like I want to know when you're telling me a story, I want to know what you were wearing. I want to know what it smelled like. Like you be descriptive. And if you need help storytelling, there are so many incredible books out there. There's so many opportunities to learn how to tell stories, how to write stories that are very quick, very easy to attain. These posts will actually take you less time to write than a business post. Okay. Once you start thinking, how to write a hook, how to tell the story, and how to wrap it up, you just start spitting them out. And if you ever need any inspiration, you can always, scroll through any of my Facebook. Obviously, reels are a little bit different when you're on Instagram. I storytell in a little bit different way because, of course, it's just those photos or those reels, but I'm still telling stories. All right, so reignite your business by establishing yourself online as the brand that you are. Then and only then are you able to slide in business posts and invitation posts. Okay, so obviously we always want to be inviting people to things. That's your call to action. A date and an invitation to do something with you is your call to action. Um, any questions so far, or anyone want to share anything before I? Mhm. I'm pretty sure I'm sucking down leftover energize right now. So it's 4:20 here. It seems like a terrible idea. All right, let's go through um some quick things for you to maybe screenshot and share some of my favorite verbiage. Let's see. Share. Can you see my screen? Cool. All right, we're gonna run through this to share some of this because a lot of this is like pure liquid gold. This is for all of the people that want this, need this, are ready, but for whatever reason they haven't crossed over to the green side, the bright side, our side. So the first rule in organically closing people is to make sure that you understand what their pain points are.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for doing that.
So, in order to turn their pain points into pleasure points, you got to know what they are. And, and this also goes back to branding yourself on social media. When you brand yourself simply just means have people get to know you. That's it. When people know you, all these, five faceted things about you, they are more apt to share with you everything. They are more willing to open up and tell you what they need. And then you have all this information and you're able to assure them that you've got the solution. Like you can flip this, and this into the positive. It really does go back to you can close so many people, you can help so many people if they know you. And the only way that they can know you is if it's separate from, your business. All right. So you know that I always share that before I like reach out to anybody on social media, I'm gonna get an active audience. So I'm not talking to thin air. I'm never going to give somebody like really, really good information until I know they're there. Okay. So, the best way to get an active audience is to do something really, 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 really simple and apologize. Okay. So when you have people who have ghosted you and they left you on red or unread, the best place to start is I'm so sorry. Because again, this is your side gig or this is your job. You're the professional person. You're the one who it's your job for you to help them. And that includes knocking down their door because they came to you at some point in time interested in what you have. All right. So you need to keep reminding them, oh my gosh, you got lost in the weeds. I was slammed getting, the new group set up, or I was working with a new teammate and I dropped the ball. How are you? How are you is such a simple way to reignite a conversation that's died. People kind of freak out when they read it because they know the answer to it and they just start typing. So be professional, but be friendly. We're regular people. We're not salespeople. So you don't have to be like, hello, I know that you wanted to buy da 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 da, but you weren't ready yet. Is today a good time? Well, those are all great closing words. You sound like a robot. So be yourself. Shake it out and be yourself. I'm so sorry. I totally dropped the ball last week. I was on back-to-back calls with new teammates, getting them set up for XYZ. This message got lost in the shuffle. How the heck are you? That's exactly how I type. That's exactly how I talk. Type like you talk. I would avoid using the words follow up because then you just sound like a salesperson. And then, of course, the reason why you didn't get back to them, make it related back to your business versus, oh, I just got really busy, with my girlfriends, that you weren't that important. You want to relate it back to your business. So when you've got that active audience, and when they come back to you, they're like, oh, it's okay. I get it. That 9 times out of 10, that's what they're going to say. It's okay. I totally understand. Life's crazy busy for me. I'm good. How are you? And there you go. You've opened it up. And you immediately, now that you have an active audience, you immediately remind them of what they originally told you. Remember when you told me that you needed a change in your weight, your energy, your idea, like whatever it was that they told you, you're going to insert that there. And you wanted, okay, so this is the part that gets really, really juicy. They don't tell you what they want. When people are telling you their problems, they're only telling you their struggles and their problems. No one's going to come to you and you say, like, how are you feeling? They're not going to say, well, I want to have a higher sex drive. I want to look hotter. I want to be able to, sleep at night. I want this. I want that. They just tell you what they're struggling with. So you have got to get creative in flipping their problems into pain points. And this is where you do it. This is how you close. And you paint that picture, paint the picture. This is like, I can't like hone on this enough. Painting their dream solution and their dream picture is how you bridge people over. Are you still wanting help with that? You cannot say any more words after you've talked about somebody's pleasure other than you ruin it. If you're like, and you look so great yesterday, or how's the weather there? You've got to end with, are you still wanting help with that right after you've inserted their pleasure, like their dream solution. So that's like liquid gold verbiage right there. Another opportunity is to be quiet, right? Like that's such a big important rule when helping people is know when to shut and zip your lips. So pretend that you're the client and you had all these struggles and your these ailments, but you deep down, I know that what I have, if you use consistently and bring it into your routine, I have so much conviction over what our products can do that I know that I have a solution for you. I fully believe that this, and this is going to be your game changer. You're like, and I'm like, okay, do you still need help with that? They're like, yes, I do. Okay, so here's what you guys do. Here's what we do when someone says, yes, I still want help with that. What we talk them out of it. We like dance. We do a dance, a jig. We do something else. We get weirded out by it. We don't know what to do. But they just said yes. Okay. So then is the time to get them in and get them on board. You've got to tell them what their plan is in order to get them on board. Like they need to know what they're signing themselves up for because they just said they want your help, but you haven't if you haven't gone through what your help is, you can't just close. You can't just like send them a link and then they're going to come back to you. You know what they're going to say? They're like, "Oh, well, I didn't know it was vitamins." Right? So if you're getting that response, there's some disconnect after the yes, I do. Yes, yeah, I'm ready. You've got to walk them through their solution. That's super important. And the best way to do that is to take the Ready Set Wellness bundle, which is 99% of the time what you're going to offer. Open up a Google Doc and give bullet points of the Ready Set Wellness bundle without talking about the products. So you're giving them a routine, right? Like what's their routine? Okay. You're going to ditch and switch what you're currently using. Okay. I use that word. I use those a lot. You're going to shake up a new shake that's packed with BCAAs to burn stored fat and build lean muscle. So I'm not saying you're going to get 30 days of personalized vitamins and 30 days of life shake. Okay. I am painting their solution in their routine. Here's what you're doing. You're going to ditch and switch to personalized vitamins. You're going to shake up a new shake that's packed with XYZ, right? Like what sets our shake apart. And then you're going to pick a third gift. You're going to pick a third item that's a gift, a free gift for right now. I highly suggest we're snagging the 7-day cleanse. You eat in abundance and burn through stored fat, lose 5 to 15 pounds, feel amazing. Should I get your order going later today or right now? So I told them their plan and then I told them what they're going to get. And then I asked them how we're going to do this. Another thing that I do is I ask people, I tell them their plan. And then because they said, yes, I do, I'm just assuming the answer is yes. Is it better to do this on a 15-minute call or do you want to keep this going, via text? You want to know, you want to get what the fastest way to bring them over is. And sometimes the fastest way is to just get on a quick call. Because let me tell you, while you think that takes time out of your day, you want to know what takes time out of your day? Following up with somebody 9 million times, right? So get that out there, write that in there. When they say, yes, I still want help, cool. This is so exciting. Here's your plan. Is it better for us to jump on a call to walk you through it? It'll take about 15 minutes. Or should we continue texting? Okay. If anyone wants to screenshot that. Mhm. So if you've been following up with people and for some reason, um, they're they're just not getting back to you, here's another way to reach out. And this is how you update. You're updating with new information. This was for last month. I slid into people's DMs who had ghosted me, reignite the chat with getting an active audience. But I had new information, and my new information was the Life Shake deal. So if you have new information, meaning you have a new group, because we do, right? June 23rd, we're going to do a 7 day group that is centered around a summer slim down, if you want to use that verbiage. You have something new to update them. I remember you saying money was a little tight last week, or you can say, I remember, maybe last month wasn't the right time, but you really wanted to get that bundle that we chatted about. We have a new group beginning June 23rd. Is this a good time to get you started? Okay. All right. So we totally can change this slide because we have free opportunity to sign up, people. So this is for helping people join our team. This business opportunity follow up, the second slide on the right, I really love to catch up, but I have some urgency. We should be spitting those words out all darn day right now. I really love to catch up, but I have some urgency. Are you still interested in the opportunity to make some extra income for summer if it didn't take away from any of your other projects? Because, and then you're going to insert however exciting way you want to share that joining you in business is free. You can use whatever word you want if you don't want to use the word free. Those are great. Even that slide on the left, right? How cool is this? I haven't forgotten about you. We just launched several new join bundles to kickstart your new business, but you can insert what we have right now. I know last month wasn't the right time. And then end with that, question. Sometimes I throw money in there, right? Are you still interested in earning $500 a month for your family this summer? Um, building rapport. Building rapport is so tricky when you're not in person and you're just typing back and forth. It's fun, but it definitely there's an art to it. And the way to learn how to properly build rapport is to just keep doing it over and over and keep learning, right? Keep reading books. And a really great book is called, uh, well, The Little Red Book of Selling is the very first book, but yeah, there it is. But Jeffrey Gitomer also wrote How to Get Your Way, the Green Book. That book is it's awesome. It's really awesome. But building rapport when you're typing back and forth to people, this is what typically happens. They control the conversation. They spin it and kind of drag you along and you're like, where am I going? I'm on this like merry-go-round. How do I get off? How do I get them to move to the next part? Right? So they've somehow taken over and you guys are just chatting. Yes, you're friends, but you've not established that you are here to help. You have not established that they came to you and you have the tools, you have the steps. So you've got to take control. Building rapport happens really, really seamless when one, you have things in common. Like that's a really fun, magic way to get in new members when you're like, oh my God, we have so many things in common. This is going to be so cool. But what do you do when they're just talking, they're just buddies? You have to interrupt. You have to boldly interrupt the conversation? How do you do that without being mean? How do you do that without being rude? You use words like say Megan and I are talking, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, oh, my day has been terrible. Like it's so gloomy outside. I'm running rampant. Da 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 da." So just going on and on and on, and you're like, "Wait, is this lady gonna stop talking? Like, how do I circle it back to? Are you gonna buy the Ready Set Wellness bundle or not?" So here's some ways that you can do that. Megan. I can't believe that's going on. That really sucks. Do me a favor. Back up for a second. Tell me more about XYZ. Okay. And that's a really, really, really easy way to type. I do that. Like I'll write their name a couple times. Lisa. Wait. I don't want to get lost. I don't want to, misunderstand what you were saying, a few minutes ago. Tell me more about like your day to day and the struggles with, your weight and your food. So you just keep bringing them back to that important discovery. And that's how you establish that you're the resource, that you're the person, you're the guide. Another way to ask the right questions for discovery or to kind of steer them in a direction that you want because you're going to present a solution at some point. Do me a favor. Give me an example of what you eat in a day. And what vitamins are you taking? Those are really great questions for discovery. I could talk about this stuff all day, but I won't. What questions or comments do you have for me that I can help with anything that you're going through right now, future?
I guess I could have a question. So I've signed, I guess, I think 4 new clients now for the one-on-one program.
Nice.
And they ask me, what can they add to it? I know they just signed up with me and that's a bigger ticket item, but
Great.
I keep sending them like, oh, hey, we talked about this. These 3 things are going to help you. I'll send you over the link. Let me know if you would rather have it on our next Zoom call so I can do it for you, or if you want to hop on a call again to after you look it over. And I've all 3 of them just kind of cricketing on it. So I'm trying to figure out, like you're saying, like they're one-on-one. I'm very close with them. I know what their fitness goals are. How do I get them to buy on this side too? Because they're already buying something else from me.
Right. No, I know exactly what you mean because I have dual businesses that do the same thing too. So I think that like we have to work through the people that you've already done that with. We'll work that separately, but in the future, what I would do is when they say yes to joining you at one-on-one, like I want you to ask the questions of like, do you already know what those people are a day in the life of eating looks like for them?
Yeah, they do that on their intake sheet.
And do you already know what supplements they're taking already?
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's all on that stuff. Yeah.
So what I would do is I would judge it case by case, the people that this would benefit from, which I'm assuming is all of them. And,
Hmm.
in addition to this, I highly recommend, a very specific bundle, and I would just say it like that. In addition to this, I highly recommend however you want to call, our that bundle.
Okay.
I would say, and then I would share the percentage of people who you work with that do this, right? Because you want to show, some credibility. So 75% of my clients are on personalized vitamins, a BCA packed shake to help hit their goals faster. Um, if you'd like, I can send you the quiz, and and that's how you can like lead with meology.
Hmm.
Because sometimes just even seeing the meology quiz is like a selling point. Like as they're taking it, they're like, whoa, this is very intuitive. This.
Okay.
And then with the people that you've already sent, that sent, they already know about it. I would just poke and just say, how did the quiz go? What did you put as your top three focus areas as like an opening question? And they're
Hmm.
like, oh, I haven't taken it yet. Are they going to be like,
Oh,
or
no.
sometimes I say, how did the quiz go? Are you good with are you good with those answers, or are you good with those results, or do you want to retake the quiz? Even if they haven't ever taken it, it just kind of jogs their mind. They're like, oh, quiz.
Well, that you just said something that really helps though, because I have an intake email that they have to do 4 steps before we can start I can start programming their workouts and stuff. I'm
Yeah.
going to add the meology quiz to that. So,
Yeah.
hey, I need your intake form. I need you to sign up for Trainer Eyes. I need you to take this quiz and that. So it's
So
already, I don't
smart.
have to have the conversation. So I'm
Yeah.
going to add that.
That's so smart. And the best follow-up for if they're already, you're already having them take the quiz, the best follow-up question is what did you put for your top three focus areas?
Okay.
And that's when you get to even continue to build that relatability. Because then what you're going to do is they're going to say, oh my, one, they're going to say maybe they forgot, and you're going to say, well, it's either this, or this. Um, and they're going to come back and say, I put healthy digestion or healthy weight, da 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 da. And you're like, those are so close to what I put too.
Okay.
And sometimes I send like a screenshot of my meology. That's how I closed a new star yesterday, was video of what my meology looks like, you know, um, just because sometimes people need to see that visual, right? Like, oh, she's doing this too. This is what she's doing also.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
she's not just offering me something that she doesn't use.
That helps because I have what? 5 people
Amazing.
that
That'd
just signed up that are on one. They've got like one or two things, but either they haven't grabbed anything yet from what we chatted about for their pain points or that. But I'm like, okay, next Zoom call, we're doing this. We're on the
yeah,
Zoom together.
yeah. Oh my God, that's so great. Yeah, this
Okay.
aligns perfectly. Um,
So
gosh.
sorry, that was my question.
Oh, good, good. I have a goal. I have a goal sheet for June just to jot down what we want to accomplish. I'll post it. I'll post the image for the free sign up, and I'll post the link if we want to jot down our goals. Then I'll also share the June calendar. So for June, um, we all know that the last day to get paid, we get paid weekly on new sales. So Wednesday night is the end to get paid on new business on Thursday, every Wednesday. And then there's 30 days in June. So the 30th is obviously our last day of the month before we turn into pumpkins. Conference for us, a few of us starts on the 16th. We'll be back on the 19th. I would like to do a business opportunity call this month, especially because it's free sign up. I mean, I feel like we have to. So we can offline kind of come up with a theme, like a summer theme to help moms earn extra income for summer. I think that would be beneficial. And then the 23rd. So we have a cleanse group going right now of a handful of women. And I want to do another one on the 23rd. Summers are really, really Summer's a really good time to do cleanses and to do multiple cleanses, to give multiple dates and multiple options, um, because everyone's, wanting to lose a little stored fat. So Yeah, we should, with everything that's going on, with the opportunity to have products that are there, with a free sign up, with it being summer, we have so many different ways to go about this.
Well, also, could I help run one right after 4th of July?
Yeah. Or, oh,
Like
wait.
a group, so we could do it post that
1000%. Yeah, we have to. There's always, no one wants to feel like a busted can of biscuits.
right after. I just ate all food, barbecue.
Exactly.
Okay. So that'd be July.
So let's challenge ourselves to really kind of rebrand for summer in a way that helps people get to know us, like who we are, what we're about, what we love. That's separate from our business. It's like it's like networking. Think about it like networking. You don't walk straight up to somebody at a networking event and just start telling them about your business, right? You don't open up with that. You open up with like, I'm Serena. I have two kids. I live in Virginia. My husband's in the military. Like, and when you're on social media, instead of saying those exact things, because those are boring, you tell stories around it. So Kendra Hall has that storytelling book. Kendra Hall was our gal last year at conference. She spoke. She has great, great, great tips on being just very descriptive. The more descriptive that you are, the more you can paint a picture, an event. And I don't mean like telling your story of your life. I mean like telling like a specific time that something happened. That's how people get to know you. Like the morning of this happened. I remember what I was wearing. Like some descriptive way to share ways to get to know you. We all have a ton, so many stories. Sometimes the stories are about struggle. Sometimes the stories are just to get to know us better. Sometimes they're about our kids. Sometimes they're funny. Sometimes they're heartfelt. All right. Well, I'll let you guys go if no one has any other questions. Huge shout out because Megan and Lisa are at top three on our team for May.
Woot woot.
Woo woo. Keep doing it. I totally understand that, there's different seasons in this business for sure. I get it. And I get that, and to some degree, I'm kind of an anomaly because I truly am out here all by my lonesome. So I just get lost in my work, probably to a fault. So just know that whenever I'm messaging you, like that I'm working, it's just because I always am, and it's probably not a good thing. I promise you, I'll find a way to have fun at some point. But if anyone ever wants to do a happy hour call, I'm always available.
I'm down
Oh
for
yeah.
whenever. Once a
Okay,
week.
see?
Once a week happy hour call.
Next
Next,
next week.
okay, next week,
We're
bubbles and
Bubbles in
bonding.
business. Bubbles in business.
Yeah, let's do it. How about next week? Yeah, over bonding and booze, we can chat about the business opportunity, how we can plan that, and how we can really like blow it out of the water. Sound good?
yeah. Yeah, because we need to get that on the calendar like
Yeah, ASAP.
we're doing-
We think, do we think like just end of June?
Yeah, if I'm out of town, I'll zoom in from where we are.
Yeah, same, because I'm like jet setting all over. So yeah, you guys are not me.
We'll
Um,
just take you in your we'll put you in our suitcase.
yeah. Yeah, we could like even the week of the 23rd through the 27th,
Yeah.
any of those dates. You guys just tell me.
I
I'm
fly
home.
I'm flying the 25th, but I can make any other day work.
I'm home that whole week.
Or the 20, usually Thursdays are seem to be like that end of the week,
That works for me. I'll be back.
Thursday the 26th.
Unless you want the Bahamas in the background.
Oh, it's always a goodness gracious. The Bahamas. And you're leaving for New York? When are you leaving, Lise?
Tomorrow.
Oh, just you, or are you taking the whole fam?
No, we're the whole fam's going.
Oh, that's awesome.
I know, I'm excited. They're gonna see their first Broadway show.
Gonna go see.
Lion King.
Oh, be good,
It's
I
so
bet.
good. That is so
Yeah.
good.
I think like that would be a good first show for children.
Yeah, not the
Mhm.
Book of Mormon.
No.
Michael was when he was in New York a couple weeks ago. They went to see the Book of Mormon. I was like,
Oh, but I would totally. So Denzel and Jake Gyllenhaal are doing Othello, and this is the weekend that they close, but tickets are like 3,000 a piece.
my God,
Jeez.
that's insane. That's
Yeah,
stupid.
I know.
I don't go anywhere, I guess. Gosh. Out there,
I
it's
know.
very expensive. Out there.
Out the
I know.
door.
I'm like, no.
All right. Well, if you need me, I'll be at the pool or jujitsu.
Yay.
Yay. All right. I love you guys. I'm gonna head to jujitsu. Let's
All
take a
right.
picture.
Bye.
Wait, don't leave yet. Let's take a picture.
Bye.
Wait, one, two, three. All right, love you guys.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.